Guys, hey, hello. Okay, so listen. We might as well just get into this episode because I need to just get this first thing out of the way. Um, it is something that is disturbing me. It's something that's bothering me. I feel like I don't know, like I kind of want to say, is it doing too much? I don't know. Lil Nas X. And I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, what is she gonna say?" Not about to say anything about that little boy. Not about to say anything about that fucking video. I don't even watch videos. I've seen a clip of it. I'm okay, cool. Like I'm not like I don't be like super like thirsty for his music. So there's that. But I'm not gonna say anything about him, his sexuality, what he chooses to do, how he chooses to give you his visuals to his audios. I'm not here for any of that. What I am here for is something I'm very concerned about. And like, Lil Nas X, like, what is happening? Like, and again, I am not talking about anything that you guys are fucking outraged about. I guarantee you. Unless it's about him selling shoes that have blood in them. That's nigga. That's where I draw the line. You can twerk on Satan. You can fucking pussy pop on a handstand for fucking Thanos. I don't care. What I do have a problem with is fucking blood inside of shoes. Okay, listen, guys. So first of all, I want to give him his props because this fucking whatever is happening right now, like this shit is absolutely working for him. 666 pairs, okay? Okay, let's back up. So everybody knows that like the super tough Christians have an issue with people and them minding their own business and making decisions to be or choose to love whoever the fuck they love, right? All right, cool. So we already know they already have an issue with that. Okay. So basically kind of like I'm not gonna say a slap in the face, but just like a rebuttal, I guess, against all the people since he's come out about being gay, the rebuttal that people to all the bullshit. Just basically like, yeah, okay, I'm gay. You guys say I'm going to hell. Let me twerk for Satan. Like, look, again, not my cup of tea. I don't be caring or listening to his music. Even my kids, like Old Town Road, like definitely wasn't a bop for them. So I don't know. So basically it's a fucking kind of like rebuttal to them, like, okay, so here I'm gonna go twerk on Satan. What you gonna do about it? And like all of that's fine. I get it. So then he comes out with the shoe. The shoe was actually manufactured by a company called Mischief. Red flag there. But so they're called Satan shoes. They're basically just like fucking modified Air Maxes, 97s. That's what they look like to me. I'm pretty sure 97s. Anyway, so they're basically just modified fucking Air Max 97s. They have a pentagram in the front, and a reference to Luke 10:18. And it's basically, that's the Bible verse where Satan falls from heaven. And so I guess that was like, supposed to be like a stab to the Christians. I don't know. So then he put that on the side of it. And here's the issue I have. Each shoe contains a drop of human blood inside the sole. This is where I have a major issue. Whose blood is that? Whose blood is that? Okay, then people are like, oh, I think that they're from the people who are making the shoes. I don't know those niggas. Like, I don't necessarily want the blood of a nigga I know. Like, you don't want that blood in my shoe either. I feel like you're taking the bloody shoes like way out of proportion here. I don't want that. I don't know where your blood has been. I don't know. It's just like, is this the right time to be releasing a shoe with blood in it or on it? I guess it's not like hella wet with blood, but like with blood like somewhere on it. Like, is that just a safe thing to do when we're like kind of still in a panty? Like, I don't know. Again, by the time that you're reading this or listening to this, or at least in a few hours after you're listening to this, you'll have seen my new episode art. I'm hoping that it brought y'all here just because y'all come anyway. But I'm really hoping that some people came here with the hopes that I was going to fucking talk shit or be problematic. I do that. I'm problematic on accident way too often to be like getting caught up on something like this. Again, I don't care about any of the other stuff. Like all the other stuff, like I get it. And the fucking like twerking on devil, like I get it. It's all like a fucking, it's marketing, and I can't be mad at it. It's working for him. But I am mad at this fucking suspect ass blood that's in the shoe. Like, what if somebody just I'm really hoping that people didn't buy these shoes and then like put they like naked foot in it. But if you did, like, what if you put your naked foot on it and it's not like, I don't know. I watch too many scary movies, and I'm like, what if it like touches your soul and like now that person is gonna be like, I can't. Like, what if it is a murder drop, a blood drop of a murderer, and then you put your fucking naked foot in that shoe, and now, just like Child's Play, you are now a bad guy. I'm just saying, what if you put your fucking naked ass foot in that shoe and you go fucking kill your whole family? I'm just saying, I don't know whose blood that is. I'm okay with Lil Nas X. I'm thumbs up to everything that he has going, but I don't like this. Like, this is just so many pathogens. I don't like this. So I just think that's pretty gross. Other than that, whatever. He's also Mischief is getting sued by Nike because again, they're modified Air Max 97s. There's at some point on the shoe, there's a fucking reverse Nike check. So Nike is trying to steer clear as much as possible away from that to just be like, it's not really our shoe. They did that shit. We don't really condone human blood inside of soles, which again, Nike, I agree with you. Like, and I just feel like if Soulja Boy can like make his own video game console, couldn't Lil Nas X just have made his own shoe? And then now the money that they're making off of these shoes, and they only have 666 pairs. Now the money that they're making off of those shoes, if not more, is going to possibly be owed to somebody for fucking infringement and shit. So I just feel like you could have just made your own shoe. I guess you could dip it in whatever you want. I wouldn't have bought it. But that's it. My only issues are there's blood in the shoe, and then also if Soulja Boy can make a fucking Soulja game, like why you couldn't make a fucking Lil Nas X shoe? Like now y'all in trouble and shit. But anyway, his name wasn't on the complaint, so maybe Nike not fucking with that, but they're definitely going off after this fucking Mischief team, which they totally should, because apparently they're the ones dripping and dropping the blood. So all right, let's move on. Speaking of things I just can't wrap my mind around, what the fuck does a marshmallow flavored pop taste like? Soda for the niggas on the West Coast. What the fuck does this mean? Like, okay, so Pepsi drops a new flavor because, Easter's coming up, and they are coming up. There's a 3-pack because you can't even get a whole fucking 12 or 24 case because why would you want that much? And it's probably disgusting. Anyway, you also can't walk into the store to get it. Some will say that that's because it's limited edition. Others would say you can't go in the store to get it because it's nasty as fuck. Peeps flavored pop. Peeps flavored soda. That's what's happening, guys. The pink and it's a blue one. It's a 3-pack. A blue can, a pink can, a yellow can. I'm assuming they all have to just taste the same because Peeps don't have a different taste. And also, I'm trying to think, like, is Peeps even the thing I like? I don't even think I really like Peeps. I feel like Peeps are like that thing that like it's the last thing in your kid's Easter basket, and then like when you're like throwing away the insides of the Easter basket and you find it and it's like and you just like open it and you just like bite the head off just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you want to like, you don't want to just throw a whole pack of Peeps away. Maybe this is a very personal and like individual story, but like I have a problem with just like throwing a pack of Peeps away. So like at the end, and it's fucking time to get all that shit out of here, I open up the pack and I just take a bite of it, and now I'm okay to throw it away. I never want the rest of it. None of that. Like, maybe this is a very specific story. Anyway, Peeps fucking marshmallow flavored Pepsi. First of all, do we need to even have the debate on if Pepsi is even equipped to even be trying to add this kind of flavors to it? Like, let's just do that. I'll take all the Pepsi hate. I'll accept it. I'm not a super capper for Coke. I'm a Dr. Pepper girl. I'll also take all that fucking credit. I'll take all that fucking backlash and stuff as well for whatever. But yuck, Pepsi. So people were supposed to like hashtag them with like Peeps and shit, and then like you would be put into like a raffle or some shit to win a limited edition 3-pack can. The little cans are cute. Little package is a little cute. So if I had it, I probably wouldn't ever drink it because gross. Definitely something you want to just save and then like sell to some weird dude in his mom's basement in a few years. So I just think that's gross, Pepsi. I don't really understand what, like literally, like since we've been on fucking I can't talk, quarantine, it's just been like people are trying to like murder us like in other ways. So like, okay, cool, we can get murdered from being outside, right? Like breathing the air and people sneezing on us, cool. But now it's like, oh, well, now people aren't really going outside, so how can we murder them inside their homes? It's like, oh, give them fucking candy flavored mac and cheese. Give them fucking pumpkin spice mac and cheese. Give them Pepsi flavored marshmallow flavored Pepsi. Like these are the things they're like slowly trying to kill us with. I just need y'all to just pay attention and stay woke. I wish I had my fucking Kente fucking hat. I would put it on for you. Stay the fuck woke. Don't let these motherfuckers kill you. Try and taste all this really weird and nasty shit, okay? All right, cool. So let's move on. Let's see. Where's my segue? Oh, okay, speaking of disgusting ass shit. So it's no surprise that Amazon clearly does not treat their drivers well. If you think that the next thing that I'm gonna say is, and so I'm boycotting Amazon, hold your horses. I don't really have the room to do that. Like, it is my life. So I'm not going to do that, but I will fucking pump my fist in the air and want you guys to fucking unionize or whatever the fuck y'all need to do to get the fuck out of this disgusting shit that's happening. Let me tell you if you have not heard. So, you know, the Amazon drivers be like in the fucking truck from like sun up to sundown, delivering all your fucking frivolous packages and my important ones. So they don't really they have a quota to meet, and that the quota number, they never really say what it is, or at least I haven't been able to find it, but whatever that quota is, it does not leave a lot of room for breaks, okay? With COVID and everything, and this is, I don't want to blame this on COVID because I think that we a lot of times have been blaming a lot of things that are not really necessarily COVID related on COVID, but I will say, though this issue was first reported back in 2018, it has gotten worse recently just because of COVID. So because of COVID, it also limits, not only is your quota limiting the time that you have for breaks, but COVID is limiting where and how you can have your breaks, right? Amazon workers have been forced, and this is not forced by the company. Let the company tell it. They would never. But to be able to they don't have the opportunity to take bathroom breaks. And so Amazon workers have been peeing in water bottles, shitting in Amazon bags, and then just leaving it in the truck for the next person to clean out or whatever the fuck they thought the next person was going to do with that shit. I don't know. And it's been happening so much recently that the logistics head sent out a company-wide memo basically saying this shit is not acceptable. Make sure that you guys, and here's the thing, because I'll let you guys find it and read it on your own. But basically, the letter just was like, yo, that shit's hella gross. You're making people have to clean up after you. Don't leave that shit in the truck. The letter did not really say there's no reason for y'all to do that. Here are the ways that if you need to take an extra break or whatever, these are the ways that we can accommodate you. It didn't say anything like that. It literally just said, like I said, in my words, it basically was like, yo, that's just hella nasty. Stop leaving that for people to have to clean up. Don't leave your shit and your piss in the fucking trucks. That's all I got out of it. Yeah. So, I mean, we all know that generally the American workforce can just generally do better in taking care of its fucking workers. We know that. But like, what the fuck and where the fuck are we as a fucking society where the people that are bringing your frivolous things and my important things have to pee in water bottles and shit in bags? Like, what? Think of what? In bags. Like, so you're trying to tell me that if a nigga has to shit at noon and my package isn't delivered until 7, that there's a possibility that my box is sitting next to a bag of shit? These are the issues that I have, and I'm not really mad at the drivers. But I am mad at the company complaining about having to clean it up. Like, what is happening here? And so you can't be upset or shocked that now they want to fucking unionize because you can't not give niggas bathroom breaks. That's literally not a thing. Like, I can't think of any fucking job that you can get legally here that says, oh, well, if you got to pee or whatever, like, figure it out. Like, figure it out. Like, so of course Amazon is super against unionizing. I don't think any of their employees are currently unionized, and I don't think that it's a bad idea for the drivers to start, because what kind of fucking bullshit. Basically, you've got listen, I cannot. Here are the things of, oh my God. Sorry, I just literally can't get over it. So again, in 2018, this is where I'll start. There was a group of workers that were basically saying, you know, we don't get a chance to take bathroom breaks. They kind of like quieted that set of people up. I don't even know if they still work there. I don't really know. They were kind of being like, that doesn't happen. That's fucking ridiculous. And I think at that time we were all like, oh shit, that is fucking ridiculous. Like, why would they not let people pee and shit? Except it wasn't, because now here we are again. It's super cool, you know, because they were one of the first to make that $15 minimum, you know, start out rate. That's cool. But that doesn't make you an ethically sound company when you're paying people $15 an hour, but then not providing them adequate breaks and pockets of time to take a dump, take a piss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, when you say it out loud, it sounds fucking stupid because these are just things that our bodies fucking do. This is not a luxury. This is not a smoke break. This is somebody needing to fucking... Number 1, number 2, or number 3 is what I'm trying to say to you guys. Like, listen, I can't. So I'm interested to see what happens with this unionizing thing. I hope that it works out for them. But I just think that it was just very irritating that was the response that you get. And then here's another thing is that there was a document sent out for a list of violations and defects. So this is like a list of like guidelines of things that you can't do, right? The thing is that they know that people have been doing it because it's on this list of violations and defects. So if you know people have been doing it, but you've been saying that they haven't been, enough to put it on your list of violations and defects to give new drivers or people that are currently working there things like public urination, public defecation, things like that. along with throwing packages, just in there with every other little thing that might happen on the job. What the fuck, guys? That's basically all I'm saying. There's a whole list of violations and defects, and some of them have to do with shitting and pissing, is all I'm saying. And it's like, why would that need to be in there if you were providing people the adequate times to handle those things? So, again, good luck, you guys, with the unionizing. I really do hope that works out for y'all, because y'all fucking deserve it. You guys never fuck me over, at least. So, I don't know. So, let's move on. Speaking of fucked over. Okay, so let's all close our eyes for a second. And let's think about the stupidest tattoo we ever got, right? Just close your eyes, think about it, visualize it, smell the alcohol in the air. Okay, cool. Did you do it? Great. Imagine having this like super dope tattoo idea, right? And it's like, yes, that would be so awesome. I want that for myself. I go get it, and it's awesome, and it's great, and it's great. But then, because tattoos are basically scars and they have to heal. Now that tattoo's not so great anymore. And you're like, damn, is it a bad like picture job? Not at all. Let me explain what happened. Everybody knows QR codes, right? The little fucking square, like blah, 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 like that you like right now. So right now, perfect example, nobody's giving you menus really. So you have to take a picture of the QR code and it gives you the menu, right? So things like that. Shout out to COVID. Listen, first of all, wow, the fact that I just said that. But shout out to COVID for keeping QR codes alive. Like that shit was very much dead, like basically dead. Like they tried to get people to use it and it just wasn't a thing. Shout out to COVID for keeping that shit alive. Like QR codes are everywhere again now. So that's crazy. But okay. So you have an Instagram. You want more people to follow you on your Instagram. You're trying to find more ways to market your Instagram. So you're like, sorry, you get a tattoo. And I know you're like, oh, get a tattoo of your app. I guess you could do that. But this person decides to instead get a tattoo of his link URL as a QR reader. And it sounds dope, right? So every time you meet a new person, they're looking at your tattoos and they're like, oh, that's cute. That's cool. And then they scan it and then it takes them right to your Instagram page. You're getting fucking mad fucking hits and it's amazing. It's amazing. Except that motherfucker got to heal. And see what happens when fucking things heal, that they scar, things fade, things like that. So now that it's healed, I'm at the club and everyone's like, oh, that's a cute kid tattoo. And I'm like, oh, scan it. Oh, scan it. Oh, try it again. No, it's probably too dark in here. It's not. It's the fact that your skin changed. And so the QR code changed. A lot of people I realized have gotten those. And I guess they're like upgraded versions of like what the barcode tattoos used to be, except like nobody ever, I don't think that anybody's barcode ever worked. I don't know. But it's basically an upgraded version of that, except the QR codes are so specific and none of them are obviously the same. But like the shape, like it's not like, you guys, I don't have to fucking explain QR codes. You guys know what the fuck they look like. But some of the blobs, like it's very intricate in the way that they're made. And any change in your skin, any fading of the color so that the QR reader can't read it. And now it doesn't work. And now you have this fucking thing on your body that maybe QR codes won't make it out of COVID. And now you have to explain to your great, great, great grandkids what the fuck this square is, what it means, and what Instagram was. Like... But a super popular kid, I think in like Indonesia or something, started that, and it was really working out really well for him until his fucking body healed. And all the articles that I found on it were like, oh, QR code tattoos are a scam. And I'm like, are they a scam? Or like, or somebody tattoo fail. I'm like, yeah, it is a tattoo fail, but I don't think it's a tattoo fail on the tattoo artist. It's a tattoo fail on understanding what QR codes are and how like intricate they are. I mean, I guess at the very least, you could say you were here for COVID because, again, QR codes are taking over the world again. So I don't know. Anyway, so don't get QR codes. Don't get your boyfriend's name on you. Just keep it funky. All right, so let's move on. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to think of give me a second. Oh, speaking of online clouds. What, yo, honestly, like, pat on my back. Like, so good. Anyway, so speaking of online clout, imagine being a fugitive and being on the run for like ever, okay? Like you are like so good. Like you're like the best at like running away. Like you're like the best fugitive. Okay, so imagine, people kind of stop looking for you, or at least you think people have stopped looking for you. And your wife is like, yo, I'm bored. Let's start a YouTube page. And you're like, okay, I'm a fugitive. Niggas is looking for me, but I just want to show my face. All right, cool. So him and his wife, they are cooking. They have a fucking super duper love for Italian fare. I believe he is Italian. So they're like making all these wonderful Italian dishes. You're getting like this down of him, or even like just his arms and stuff, and like super like cooking it up, right? Like really just killing it, like getting views and all that stuff like that. Except when you get too many views, you got to wonder who's watching, right? Right. So let me tell you guys who was watching. The motherfucking Interpol. So basically, this guy getting so just excited about his fucking YouTube channel, so excited he's fucking cooking it up on the internet with his bitch, all of this shit. This nigga got super specific tattoos on his arms and stuff. And I don't think they're everywhere. They don't show a picture of them. But anyway, somebody recognized a tattoo somewhere here on his body, and they fucking found him. They fucking found where the fucking YouTube was fucking being broadcast and shit, and definitely went over to the Caribbean and definitely tracked him down. He was wanted for drug trafficking charges since 2014. He is 53 years old. He was living in, let's see. Oh, did I say Caribbean? I don't know. Anyway, so he was living in a little town in DR called Boca Chica for 5 years. He kept a low profile. They were just posting videos to a YouTube channel that he started with his wife. Yeah, man. So he's been on the run since 2014, and literally the views got him caught. You really hate to hear it. But like, damn, I'm like sitting here like this whole time, like, was he like cooking and like hot and like fucking long sleeves and like gloves? And then one day he was like, nah, I gotta fucking touch this mustacholi like myself. And he like fucking ripped his fucking gloves off, and they were like, it's Mark. Anyway, I don't know how it happened. That's hilarious. I would like to find the YouTube videos. I don't like when people get in trouble, they like be hinting about their Instagrams and their Facebooks and their like YouTubes, but then they don't like let me see it. Like, what is that? Like, don't tell me about the shit if I can't see it. Like, I want to see this nigga hella cooking. Like, can he teach me how to stuff some mastacholi? That's all I'm asking. Like, all right, whatever. Let's move on. All right. So speaking of police, this fucking story is so stupid. Okay. So okay, so you get into a fight. Okay, I shouldn't say that because you guys would never fight your moms. Okay, so a dude and his mom are in a verbal altercation. It turns physical. He goes somewhere, grabs something to stab her with it, and in the midst of stabbing her, accidentally cut himself. And how about that's the only reason he called 911? His name is Otis. So I'll let y'all have that, and I would show you his picture, but I'm just going to let you guys imagine what Otis looked like. He's 38 years old. He was arrested. So that's good. But he called and was like, yo, I stabbed my mom or whatever, but like, I fucking stabbed myself in the leg. I need you guys to come and help me. He literally almost fucking killed himself on accident. And he called the fucking cops to tell them to come help him from killing himself. So, okay, listen. This shit, where did this shit happen? Hold on. Oh, it happened in LA. Yeah. Okay. So, oh God, of course. So it happened in Riverside specific. Actually, so sorry, I don't want anybody to like fight me or set trip on me. So Riverside. And yes, so he only called the police because he had stabbed himself. Luckily, they did transport him to a hospital along with his mother. Unfortunately, his mother died. They saved him and then took his ass promptly to jail. Which is the way it should be, right? Like, this seems fair. He's not really talking too much about what happened. Although I don't really know how much niggas need, like, you know. But basically he's going to possibly be facing murder charges. And Riverside, California is asking if anybody know why he stabbed his mom, but let them know. So I guess if y'all know that, let him know, but I don't know. Anyway, all right, niggas, gather around. Zoom calls are stressful. The school year has been stressful. It's super difficult to try to, well, I'll just speak from myself. It's super difficult to try to be a full-time employee and then a teacher and then also a mom all at the fucking same time. If people were able to do it with no issues, congratulations. I am not one of those people. So, I understand how frustrating this fucking whole situation has been, right? Like, I get it. A teacher had a conference call with a parent. The conference call went however it went. We don't really know too much about how the actual conference call went. It went however it went. This was with her 12-year-old son, her, and the teacher. Right after the conversation is done, I guess, and they were getting ready to say, you know, hang up or whatever, there were some comments that were made by the teacher that were fucking bullshit. Basically, the woman, I'm not going to tell y'all word for word what she said, but I'll just give you some ideas. She's saying things like, that's what Black people do. Your son has learned to lie to everybody and make excuses. Since you've taught him to make excuses, that nothing is his fault. That's how Black people act. Some white people do it, but Black people always do this. Guys, she wasn't talking to her because she would have known better, but she definitely thought that the conversation was over and the mother recorded everything. She basically was saying how Black parents always think that their kids are never doing anything, and they always want to find the blame on the teachers or other people when their kids are not doing what they're supposed to do. And all of this stuff, basically like saying white people sometimes do that shit, but Black people always be doing that shit, and that shit is very tiring to her. So she resigned after she found out that was recorded and that she wasn't off Zoom. And this happened in Palmdale, I think. The district spokesperson for the school basically said this was gross professional misconduct of a teacher. blah, blah, blah. I'm here to tell you the school board in this district and community will not tolerate this behavior. Here's my thing. If you guys don't tolerate this behavior, and I'm not going to go and say that the school is racist or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. I don't go there. I don't know that. But I pose one question for the fucking audience, and it is, how the fuck did you guys let her resign? How did she resign? How did you not get that information? How did you not fire her first to show that you guys don't tolerate that shit? Instead, you guys let her resign and making sure that she gets money or whatever, however fucking teacher resignations go. Like, I don't know, but however they go. Like you gave her that respect. And I don't think that she deserved that respect because she didn't give that respect to that mother or that 12-year-old boy. And let me tell you something. I have a fucking 11-year-old. That'll be fucking 12 in less than 4 weeks. And I will IP address a bitch. I will find where you are. I will pull you off of your desk chair. I will drag you however, whenever. If you not only had the nerve to say those things about my son, but didn't even have the fucking balls or the respect to say it to my face. So I could have called you out of your name and called you a doghead ass bitch and whatever the fuck else I needed to call you to make myself feel better about the situation. So this is why I be really saying, and I really say this to people all the time, and people be laughing, and I don't think this shit is funny. God really doesn't put me in these types of situations because he knows, because I am his child, he knows how I'm going to fucking act. I don't really have that many, can't really say I've had a Karen experience. These things just don't happen to me because God knows I'm a nigga that don't play around. Like, so I don't have these instances. I don't have these fucking things happening to me. So all I can, like, when I think about it, I just go to the extreme. And I guess if it's you don't know what to do, and maybe you're just shocked and just recording it. But I'm also going to be shocked and recording it, and also opening up the screen and making very goddamn well sure that you hear me and see my black ass face and know that there's no fucking way in hell that I'm going to let you or any other motherfucker say any of that fucking stupid ass shit about my kid explicitly, and all that other shit. And behind my back, bitch, I will, like, a real nigga. I gotta stop because I'm really feeling like she did that shit to my son. I'm very upset about this. Like, feel how you feel about, be racist, right? Feel how you feel about whatever the fuck you feeling about, however the fuck and whoever the fuck. But like, my thing about people that act like this is like, if that's how you feel, stand on that shit. Why did you wait till the interview, the conversation was over to say those things? You have plenty and ample opportunity to be like, this is how your son's a liar. That's how your son's a liar. This is how your son's a liar. Instead, you waited until the conversation was done, smiled and said, oh, he's doing great. Like white fucking teachers do. And then when you thought that they were gone, you tried to fucking drag her and her son for filth. And guess the fuck what? Like, listen, I really don't be here for this kind of shit. And God really knows that I don't be here for this kind of shit, because that shit never fucking happens to me. And it probably won't. Like, but fucking, let me explain that the motherfucking day that it is, who's going to be ready? Okay, let's move on because I cannot. So I thought that this would be a good contrast because we can see how black moms act and stuff, right? Let's talk about how white moms act. I've got two separate stories here, both about parents that are just like all about their kid. Listen, and let me tell you, I will fucking ride and or die for both of mine. Like, let that be fucking known, right? There are some things I'm gonna fucking put a line in the sand for. We'll see if you feel the same about these two. Would you go to this level? And that's my question. Like, if y'all go to this level, please let me know. I'm super interested to know how far you're willing to go for your kid. So let's start with the Florida mom, because Florida is always cracking and has all the best stories. So a mother was charged with child abuse after fighting a child at her daughter's school with a boxing glove on. Like, okay, her name is Edith. She was 34. So basically what happened is she was at the school for like a parent-teacher conference. And I'm sorry. This is so funny. Like, low-key, this is a very fucking ratchet, but also very fucking lit. Like, I'm actually not super mad at her. She would be one of those people that, like, if there was a GoFundMe, maybe I'd send $5. But just, like, hear me out. So, so she was there for a teacher conference. And I guess something happened, and it was an issue between her daughter and another student. And basically she didn't really like the way that the fucking conversation ended, like basically just blaming everything on her kid. She didn't really like that. She came into it. It's important to know that she came into the meeting with that glove on. I don't know if that means premeditation. She told everybody that it was super glued on and she wasn't able to remove it. So she sat through this teacher conference with this glove on her fucking wrist, right? Just on her hand, just super glued, quote unquote. And after the conversation was over, her daughter went to, I guess, the girl, and she started to beat her up. And her mother, luckily that thing was super glued, she came and she assisted, and they both commenced to beating this little girl up. The little girl ain't dead or nothing. She's fine. She's not even in critical condition. She's fine. That's so fucked up, because she did get beat up by a mom and a daughter. Okay, but she okay though, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, we can laugh about this because she's fine. But I think this might be teetering on the edge of a little bit too much for me. I don't know. So let's move on to the other one. So if you like that one, you'll love this one. This one is in fucking Dolestown, PA, right? So a woman is accused, another mother that is just very, very passionate about their kid, okay? Passionate about the things that their kid likes to do and wants to do everything that they can to make sure that they're like in the best position, right? Okay, so Pennsylvania mother is accused of doctoring photos and video of her daughter's cheerleading rivals to get them kicked off of the team. Rafaela Spone is 50 years old. She's been charged with 3 misdemeanor counts of cyber harassment of a child and related offenses. Basically, she manipulated photos that she took from the girls. It was 3 girls total. She took pictures from their social medias and doctored them, like deep faked them, to make them look like they were smoking, drinking, or even naked. She even sent some of the pictures to the girls and was basically like, you should kill yourself. Like, everybody's going to see this and think it's you, so you should just kill yourself. Apparently her fucking daughter had no fucking clue that her mother was doing this, because I would hope that she'd be like, bitch, you're taking this way too far, bitch. She is graduating next year and she can't even fucking flip. I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if she would have had a conversation with her mother, they would have maybe not needed to do this. But she clearly did not have any fucking clue about this shit happening. Her mother, heavy on the makeup, giving me very much like if Carmela Soprano was a real lady. Like, if you'll take that with me. Like, if you'll take that look and try to figure it out from there. But giving me and I'll do it again looks as well in this mugshot. I just think that this is something you have to nip in the bud now, before it's time for her to go to college and she start doctoring shit instead of paying people for admissions. So I don't know, guys. You tell me. Like, are these stories out of control? Like, is this something that you would do for your fucking kids? Like, would you fucking make fake nudes of a person to get kicked off the fucking team? Like, that's intense. Like, I'll give it to you. You guys are, these moms are just doing a lot. Speaking of niggas doing a lot, like, okay, so there is a couple and they found their fucking dream home. Okay, guys, like, I really want y'all to like dig into this with me. And it's in California. They spent about $500,000 to buy this home in Riverside. Riverside is jumping. Anyway, so they bought this house a year ago. And I know you're wondering, like, oh, how did they reno it? How's it look? What's happening? How many kids? How many dogs? Zilch. They bought it a year ago and they cannot move into it because the owner won't move out. And you're like, well, is he the owner still? Because you sold it to them. He sold it to them, took their money, accepted their money, but is not moving out. And I'm sure you're going to be like, well, but he got to. Well, he doesn't. So the homeowner is basically letting them know, I'm not leaving, and you know that I'm not leaving. He's been barricading himself in the house. They tried to evict him, but they can't because of the state's eviction memorial. Oh God! Remember when I was trying to fucking say this fucking word months ago? Moratorium, right? It kicked in after they filed the paperwork, and so they can't evict him because you can't evict people right now. They've literally been paying mortgage on this house since they bought it. And this man is not leaving their house. How fucking enraged would you be if you fucking bought a motherfucking house and could not live in it because this nigga will not leave? Of course, everybody's been trying to talk to the guy who won't leave to be like, nigga, why don't you just leave? Like, you got $500,000. Like, but he's not responding to comments. Obviously, he's not responding to their text messages. I don't know what you can't really do nothing. Like, if you try to go force him out, then you'll get arrested. That's fucked up, isn't it? But like, wait a second. He's not getting evicted though. Like, wait a second. Is there a lawyer in the house? Like, because he's not getting evicted. He willfully sold the house. So how does he get to still be there? Am I tripping? I don't think I'm tripping. That seems really weird. This might just be some white people shit. I feel like black people was not standing for this. Like, I don't know how they would fix it, but I don't know. Speaking of fucking race, I guess, I have not really took a lot of time to talk about the shit happening in the Asian community. It's really fucked up. I think that everybody who's doing that is cowards. I don't like any of that. But in the midst of all this happening, it's kind of made everybody, kind of open their eyes on things. And that happens. Every time a black person gets killed, somebody brings something to our attention that it's been whatever for however long, and now it's an issue. So I just thought it was interesting. And I don't really get to talk about my favorite show a lot on this show. But one of my favorite shows is The Office, okay? And one thing that I always laugh about The Office is the fact that there's no fucking way that The Office could be a show now. Everybody's too sensitive. Everybody gets way too offended about stuff. And it's just really difficult to complete jokes when people are like that. So Also, shout out to everybody that be trying to be a comedian. Like, I don't know. That's why I just do it here, because like, what are you gonna say? Like, this is my shit. But anyway, so because of all the shit that's happening with the Asian American community, Benihana Christmas was an episode. I will tell you guys because I always know all this shit. Benihana Christmas was an episode in season number 3. Basically, I'm not gonna tell y'all a whole synopsis of the fucking show or the fucking episode. That's not the point. But in the episode, there are 2 Asian girls that the boss brings back from Benihana to the office to have a party. To me, they don't look the same. But if you know Michael Scott, he's fucking Michael Scott. He's basically like the most oblivious white guy there is in life, right? And it's not on purpose. It's just, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever feel like everybody knows that kind of white person, right? So he took a marker and marked the girl that he liked because he basically said he couldn't tell the difference of them. So the actress that played the girl is coming out, and she's basically saying like how racist it was, and like how, you know, she looks back on it and how cringy and uncomfortable it is. And yes, I guess for people that are a part of that, people who are in that kind of like in the acting world and how you just really can't say a lot of that stuff anymore, I guess that rewatching it may feel cringy. I guess I'm just really here to just say I understand and get what she's saying. You signed up for that. Like, they didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew what part you were going to play. So you also have some responsibility in that, to me personally. But my thing is that it's also important to say that there wasn't an Asian character that was like a main character in the show. That's a thing to say. And I don't minimize The Office to the main characters being 4 people. I'm thinking about main characters like in the bulk of everybody who's always worked at The Office, okay? So I get how maybe an Asian joke on Benihana Christmas may come out or come off a little like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, especially when there was no Asian people in the cast, I guess. But then I have to look at fucking all the Black people that were in the cast, Mindy, all the Hindu, all the, you know, Indian American people that were on the cast that's at one point or another. They got jokes all the fucking time. And again, The Office is a show where you have to be able to watch it and not be in this mind frame where, oh, that's offensive. Oh, that's offensive. You won't fucking enjoy it. If you can laugh at things because you know that things are just jokes and people don't necessarily feel those ways or think those things, you can laugh at it. But I'm talking about like stereotype jokes, everything. If I were to take myself out of the fact that I'm a fucking Office super fan or that I'm a fan of fucking comedy in general, and I took myself out of that person and I just left the jokes, and I'm in 2021 and I'm being very offended by everything, and I'm you know, I have this mask on, there are so many more times that there are jokes about other races, other ethnicities, way worse than a nigga putting a marker on your arm. I'm not gonna dig too much into this because I don't be here for that, but also know that I'm always here for that if anybody feels the way. But there were so much more things that were not only said about other people, but again, remember that these other types of people were in the cast. So Mindy has to listen to these jokes, has to hear somebody try to make her accent has to go through a whole episode about Dwali where people are being ignorant to the situation and even making her be ignorant to the situation. So many fucking black people jokes, assuming that we know how to play basketball, run, good at things, having diabetes, like so much stuff that was directed towards a lot of other people. And I don't understand why, because we're in this moment right now we're trying to attack a show that did what it was supposed to do and gave people comedy. And whether or not you want to laugh at it or not is not my fucking concern. But I just have an issue where we're literally, nigga, when I type in racist Office episodes, the only one that comes up now is Benihana Christmas. And if anybody knows anything about The Office, I can shoot out fucking 3 episodes right now that are going to give you some good quality racist ass jokes. They won't be about Asians, but they'll be racist jokes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, if you're going to, no, I don't want to say that. Because first of all, y'all can't cancel The Office. That's out. So if that's what you guys are trying to do, that's fucking out. But also, in the spirit of canceling, right? You would have, this is, Benihana Christmas is not it. Like, that's the fucking point I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, and if we're going to go around being offended at Benihana Christmas. Anyway, that is the fucking episode, guys. This has been great, right? After I just yelled at y'all. No. All I'm saying is the fucking Benihana Christmas is not the one. That's not the, if we're looking, I'll fucking talk to Autumn. If we're talking about fucking racist episodes, Benihana Christmas is not it at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I feel like she is taking advantage of this moment that is happening to other people, because it's not happening to her, like happening to other people. And I feel like it's fucked up. That's all I'm saying. Leave Benihana Christmas out of it. What other jobs have you had also? So let's just do that. So whatever. So anyway, guys. All right, motherfuckers. It's time for the one up for the week. Okay, so I am actually ready again because I wasn't really last time. So basically, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, guys. This week's one up for the week. That bitch Rona has not left. She's not gone. She's literally just wearing a tank top now. So can you guys please act accordingly? That's it. This is Shenanigans with Friends, episode 113. I'm your host, Chris. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.